Hey guys, it's Kia here from Chronicles of Kia, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't heard it from me already, Happy New Year. Hopefully your year is starting off great, and if it isn't, trust me, it will turn around. Be positive and keep moving forward. Today I'm bringing you a couple of books that I have recently got in the last couple of weeks, months leading up to the new year. To read. I don't have all of them. I plan on purchasing more. I want to read at least a book a month. If I can do more than a book a month, I will. But like the title says below, these are my current books that I'm reading. I don't know how I'm gonna title it just yet, but this is what I have so far to start my year with. It's called Becoming by Michelle Obama. I definitely wanted to start off the year with her book. However, I've been too lazy to drive to Barnes & Noble, so I started reading another book, and I'll just read her book later on. These books are in no particular order. As I finish a book, I'm going to get another book. So right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8 books, 9 including Becoming. I just don't have it with me to read. But yeah, let's get started. And I'm going to go through the books I have. Again, I said in no particular order. I just plan on reading them. If you will notice, there's like a theme kind of with these books. As 2019 is a year of me focusing back on me and practicing what I preach and putting my best foot forward and trying to stay positive regardless of my circumstance. Because as I'm learning, the older I get, my circumstances will always change, but that doesn't mean my attitude or my tone or the way I approach people or respond to people need to change as well. So with the first book that I have in this pile, the first book is by Ty Nias Coates, and it's called Between the World and Me. And this is the book that I will be reading. More than likely, I plan on reading this one next month. From what I've been told and what I've been hearing, it's a good read. The book is written in like a letter form by the author to his son. Basically, he is describing to his son about his feelings, how his symbolism, and the harsh realities he had to take on in being a black man in America, and how he overcame them and things like that. Everybody that I know that has read the book from last year says that it's a great book to read. So I added this to my book of reads, and I will be getting through this book. I flipped through it and read a couple of pages, and it seems really good. So I definitely will read the book. And what I think I'm going to do is, as I read the books, come back on and just give my overview of what I thought about the book. And if I think it's a great read or if it's something, you know, you can pass by. What a lot of people have been telling me is that they like audiobooks. I like audiobooks, but I'm trying to get back in my me time where I sit down and I read, and I have my kids read with me for at least 30 minutes a day. So I might try audiobooks later on in the year, but as of right now, right before we go to bed, we try to read 30 minutes. The baby gets a book, I get a book, and we sit in the room with the TV off or on mute, and we read. The next book I have is A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. And this book is about reflections on the principles of A Course in Miracles. And that's what this book looks like. And this book is basically like learning to fall back in love with yourself and self-love and things like that. So if you will notice, a lot of my books is, you know, learning yourself and accepting, you know, the reality of what it is and trying to make the best of it and putting your best foot forward. My next book that I have on the list, my girlfriend always posts like quotes and things out of the book on her Instagram page. And she says she likes to read it when she's going through certain things. And it's like written in like short story form from what I can tell. It's called The Inner Voice of Love by Henry J. M. Nguyen. It says, one of the world's greatest great spiritual writers. That's who he was. And this is a journey through anguish to freedom. So basically just going through the hardships of life within low self-esteem and trying to find the energy or your will to live and trying to work through that, through God, with God, and coming out on the other side. So this is the book right here, The Inner Voice of Love. And I'm definitely going to give this a read. I read her quotes all the time. And then one day I was like, girl, what's that book? What is that you're reading? And she was like, oh, it's this book that I have on my desk at work. And I'll send it to you. So she sent it to me. And as soon as she sent it to me, I went ahead and grabbed it. Have not opened it up yet. But I definitely am going to give this a read. Again, like I said, it's a bunch of like short stories on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. But like this one says, befriend your emotions. Here's another one, enter in a new country, trust your inner voice, things like that. So, or cry inward. So yeah, I'm so excited. But this is rooted in God and, you know, spirituality and things like that. So I'm so excited to read this book. The next book I have, it's kind of been iffy, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. So, and I don't look up to anyone in particular, but I've kind of like how she's come up in life. And I really have nothing but wonderful things to say about her. And this is called The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. And it says, how to dance it out, stand in the sun, and be your own person. And that is this book right here. But this book, she just says she wanted to force herself for a whole year to say yes to certain things in life, certain personal things, certain family members, certain work things, but just learning to say yes because she always, you know, goes against the grain. So I'm excited to read her book and just get her thoughts. It probably won't be one of my top reads, but I'm excited to see what this book is about. Now, this book I have had in my stash for a long time. It has gotten wet and I have never read it. I always say I'm going to start it, I'm going to read it, but I never do. And this one, and I think my girlfriend gave me this book a couple of years ago. So if she sees this video, she's going to be like, I still haven't given her this book back. But girl, I love you. I'm going to have to buy you another one because I kind of spilled some juice or something. I don't know. But I am determined to get through this book. And this book is called The Uncommon Woman, Making an Ordinary Life Extraordinary by Susie Larson. And that is this book right here. I don't know if you can see the pages are kind of like tattered at the bottom. Sorry. But yes, so I'm definitely want to read this. And this says, follow with Susie Larson as she challenges you to fight against the ordinary and move towards the extraordinary. Guiding you through scenarios in which victory is found in difficult tasks and responding in faith. So I'm really excited to take a chance and dare to be uncommon, as it says right here on the back of the book. So yes, I can't wait to read this book and then give you my thoughts on it. So that is one of my reads. Now this book I got the year before last and I never read it. So yeah, as you can see, I wasn't a big reader. I listened to a lot of podcasts and things like that, but I'm determined to learn to sit down and read. Not learn to read. Oh Jesus. To sit down and read and take time out for myself, even when I'm taking a bubble bath or just relaxing to calm me down before I go to bed. And this book is called Girl Boss. I'm pretty sure all of you have heard of it, by Sophia Amoruso. And she's the founder and CEO of Nasty Gal. So this is her book, and I'm definitely going to give this a read and see how it is. I'm excited to see what she has to say. So yeah, I'm going to give her a read. Now, this book I got last year, called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Excuse my language. It says The Counterintuitive Approach to Living a Good Life by Mark Manson. And that's this book right here. And this just says resilience, happiness, and freedom comes from knowing what to care about, and most importantly, what not to care about. This is a masterful, philosophical, and practical book that will give readers the wisdom to be able to do just that. So I'm excited to just not give a fuck this year. Like, excuse my language, I am. Like, I'm excited to read this book, and I'm excited to put a lot of its practices in my everyday life and just live my best life, you know. So this is another book that I choose to read. Now my last book, which I started reading, my coworker, she's really my girlfriend. She was reading this book the other day at work, and she said she could not put the book down. I read about 2 pages or so of the book, and it was actually really good. And this book is called It's Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lisa Turkish. It says finding unexpected strength when disappointments have you shattered. And this is actually the book right here. And this is actually the book that I started reading the other night. And so far so good. I kind of fell asleep reading it. Not that it's a snooze, but I was tired. But this is going to be the first book that I try to get through in 2 weeks because we're already halfway through January. So with the furlough, I plan on getting through this book. It says, what do you do when God's timing seems questionable, his lack of intervention hurtful, and his promises doubtful? It says life often looks so very different when we hoped or expected, the way we hoped or expected. Some events may simply catch us off guard for a moment, but others shatter us completely. We feel disappointed and disillusioned, and we quietly start to wonder about the reality of God's goodness. And that one quote is me. And not to go too much into it, but life for the last couple of years have just been a straight roller coaster. And as you can tell, I have not been on here because I just couldn't get it together. And as much as I tried to get it together, it was like it was one blow after another blow after another blow, and it was always something. And I started to question God, and I started to be like, maybe I'm not supposed to be happy. Maybe I'm not supposed to have the things that I thought I always wanted. Maybe those are not the things for me. And I've decided that I have to learn to accept exactly what it is and accept my part in it, because I don't think I was 100% where I should have been, you know, to get me where I need to go. So that is my goal for the year. Again, self-love, self-work, self-patience, and all of that good stuff. So this will be my first read, and I would like if some of you would join me. I know I'm coming on here super duper late, but I will definitely get this up by this weekend so that if you guys purchase it, we can try to read this in 2 weeks. I think with everyone on furlough, not everyone, but 800,000 of y'all on furlough, we should be able to find some time to read while we're sitting in the house. But yes, so this is the first book I plan on reading, and I definitely will come back and give my thoughts on this book. I will make sure to write some pointers down for you guys. So will you guys take the journey with me? Let's read for 2019. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I want to keep this video as short and sweet as possible. As I get new books, or as I read, let's say I read 3 of these books, I'll come back. I'm still going to come back every month, but I think once I come back and give my synopsis, I'm definitely going to add another book to the pile to at least keep these ones rotating and then move through my books. And then if you guys have any good books, recommend them. I have been screenshotting some other books that I definitely want to read, but I'm trying to at least get through the books that I already have before I purchase anything else. So as I read a book, I'm going to buy a book, and as I get through a book, I'm going to start another book. So every month my goal is to try to read a book. I can do everything else, so I can read a book. So again, if you like what you saw and you like what you see, girl, come back here, comment, like, and subscribe, and leave those comments down below and tell me what you think of the books that I have. Have any of you read any of them? Which ones you think I should read, let's say second, because I already got the one I'm reading first. So what book you think I should read next? And if you have any great books that you think I should read, put them down below and let's chat about it. And I'll see you in another video.